People stop ships going into Marseille. Royal Caribbean cancels a whole sailing. And I may note the Broadway style show on the next Royal Caribbean ship, Star of the Seas. Find out all about that news next. Hi guys, it's Shipface here, and the newses are back. This week's cruise news, really interesting stories this week. But I have just come back from Icon of the Seas, which is going to be about, there's the news about it. But yeah, amazing 2 weeks on Icon of the Seas. We also did Allure and we did Independence out of Miami. Really cool experiences, got to see new ports, get to do new ships I've never done. So really amazing time away. Just before we get into the news, I have all my stuff to show you that I bought, which I do every time I get. Obviously the ship model. This is now my 20th ship model. I've got really nice model. Leave it in there. I won't spend too much time. I did a proper thing on my Instagram about it. I got the pin set, so it has all the different like neighborhoods and different pins. I got a coin. A massive coin saying like maiden or inaugural season. Then I also got this limited edition thing, and it's like this. I'm trying to open it without breaking it. There we go. Which has like a pen, another coin, and this thing up here, and it says like the history of Royal Caribbean and stuff like that, and then the making of Icon, and it's infused with original still from Icon of the Seas. I don't know how it's still there. Maybe it's just like still they didn't use or something like that. I have no idea, but yeah, I got this. But yeah, so I filmed the whole Icon of the Seas ship tour, which I will be putting together and editing when I can, and we've also done some vlogs which I'll be putting out weekly from this Friday. I'll be putting it out once I start editing it. So yeah, lots of interesting things coming up. We didn't manage to film Independence of the Seas tour. The jet lag got us way more than we thought it would. So that cruise was the first cruise, and we just relaxed and got over to American time. But yeah, Icon of the Seas ship tour is coming, and weekly vlogs from Friday will be coming as well. And the first bit of news I got for you guys this week is that Marseille cruise port was being blocked by protesters, stopping 3 ships getting in. They were there for about 4 hours before they actually got to get into the port. Police came and got rid of the protesters. MSC World Europa was delayed getting in. Ada Stella and Costa Samadria, I think that's how you say that, were all blocked getting into the port that day. So yeah, that's the second port it's happened to recently. It happened in Amsterdam. They sat on the bridge so the ships couldn't get in, and that was happening in Marseille. They were literally on the boats with like signs or whatever. Yeah, kind of concerning for some of the people that are some of the ports and the ships trying to get in. It's just really interesting to see how many more of ports are they going to be doing this from, because it happened in the Netherlands, now it's happened in France. It'd be interesting to see if it happens any more ports around Europe. But yeah, this is the latest one to be stopped by protesters, but they did eventually get into port. The next bit of news I got for you guys is kind of the rumour mill. Apparently, the next Broadway style show on Star of the Seas, which is Royal Caribbean's next ship that's coming out next year, August, the next Broadway style show is going to be Back to the Future. I've already said this on my Instagram. It's something I heard while I was on my ships, and yeah, it's really good choice by Royal Caribbean if it's true, and yeah, really cool. Apparently it's a cast from London, and they will be going on the ship for when it debuts, which is just a really cool thing, a really cool idea. Don't think Royal Caribbean's ever done this where they've nicked a cast from one of the, not nicked it, because obviously this is all probably dealt, and they probably have a cast that's ready to go in for their place. But I mean, just to like actually have a musical that's not theirs, because all the musicals are all done with Royal Caribbean and are done by their people. So it's really interesting that they've like outmarketed and got other people, which is really cool. I think it's a cool idea. It's really Cool musical. Never actually watched it. I enjoy it. I like the films. I have a Lego DeLorean downstairs. But yeah, I've never watched it. But it'd be really interesting to see what the reviews are and what it's like when it is on board Star of the Seas. This was my biggest news story. The next story trumped it because I didn't film it earlier. Trumped it when it got announced. So this was my main news story, but now next one is. So the biggest news story, which has just been announced, which about like an hour ago, is that Royal Caribbean has cancelled Icon of the Sea's next sailing, which happens in literally like 6 days' time. We were literally on it Saturday, and they've literally cancelled the next sailing. Not next sailing, the sailing afterwards, which was kind of like a scary thing because I literally was like, what if we were doing a back-to-back? Imagine if we were on and they cancelled the next one. Really interesting. They've put it down as they need to do unplanned maintenance to the ship, and they need everyone off to be able to do it, or all the passengers off. They can't have it sailing. And it needs to be in dock while they do all the work. That is literally all they've said. They've only said it's unplanned maintenance, and they haven't said what's the reason. But the people on the ship right now, they've cancelled the stop to St. Thomas, and it has to go at a reduced speed. Normally, when it says reduced speed, it means that it has propulsion problems. Yeah, really interesting. Literally, we were on it last week, no problems from it. To be fair, me and Celeste said we think the captain was going not too quick. I don't know if that's the only reason, but we were literally darting all over the place. We were doing like 22 knots, going everywhere. Compared to the Indian Allure one, where we were just going around in circles at like 1 knot at one point. So yeah, it's really interesting. Not really seen this before, to cancel a whole sailing, and everybody that was on there have been given a full refund plus 100% cruise credit as well, which is they basically get a free cruise. But then, yeah, it's kind of hard. I already worked out what we would have done. Let's say hypothetically we were on there and they cancelled the next sailing. The MSC Seascape is in for 7 nights, and I looked at the prices. It's like £400 a person, so we would have saved £1,000 plus done a week cruise anyway. So yeah, that's probably what we would have done. Just book another cruise for a week, very last minute, but yeah, we would have done it. So yeah, really interesting to be interested to see where the ship goes for that 1 week. Are they going to dock to the nearest dry dock? But then no dry docks around the Caribbean take a ship that size. They all have to come to Cadiz or STX France. Those are the only docks that's taken an Oasis class ship is Europe. So it's really interesting to see what happens about that. Yeah, it's quite crazy. It wouldn't be as crazy for me if I literally wasn't on the ship that lost last week. So think about that ship that is just brand new, that is going to go out of service for a whole week just because of unplanned maintenance, and we could have literally we missed it by a week. Really crazy. Really interesting. Not too sure what to think about that. But yeah, it's we'll see what it's like over the next week, 2 weeks, and see what maintenance actually, or pictures of what maintenance they actually do end up being. That is all the news I've got for you guys this week. Thank you so much for watching. It's very much appreciated. I also got a new backdrop as well, which I thought to mention. T-shirts. I just bought this one. Everyone else one is very old. Thank you so much for watching. It's been Shipface here. If you like what I see, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's very much appreciated, and it really does help me out. Thank you to my members, Cruising for One and my dad. It's very much appreciated. If you want to find out all about the Shipface crew, link in the description below. Definitely go and check that out. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok and Twitter, so link in the description below to go and follow me on those platforms. Thank you so much for watching. It's been Shipface here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.